John le Carré was born David John Moore Cornwell in 1931, a child of lies, betrayal, and masks. His father was a career conman, always one step ahead of the law. And the young Cornwell grew up in a world where deception wasn't just a concept, it was a daily survival tactic. Yet rather than fall victim to chaos, he learned to observe, to listen, to hide behind stillness. He developed, early on, what the Spartans would call a warrior's eye, the ability to read a room without showing a flicker of emotion. This gift would serve him for the rest of his life. At Oxford, Cornwell studied German and developed a fascination with the dark, shifting borders of post-war Europe. He was recruited into British intelligence in the 1950s, first by MI5 and then by MI6. For a time, he lived the life of a spy, working in the shadows of a crumbling empire, navigating loyalty, deception, and the quiet violence of psychological war. His work demanded emotional control, endurance, and the ability to operate without applause or recognition. The very qualities the Spartan mindset demands of its soldiers. But Cornwell would go on to do something even more subversive. Under the pen name John le Carré, he began writing novels, not the glamorized high-octane thrillers of the James Bond variety, but stories steeped in realism, ambiguity, and moral grit. His breakout novel, The Spy Who Came In From the Cold, 1963, was a cold slap to the face of British exceptionalism. It painted intelligence work as grubby, compromising, and human, far removed from the clean lines of patriotism. Unlike many of his peers, le Carré never sought fame. He viewed celebrity with suspicion and refused Hollywood's embrace. He didn't do book tours for attention or shape his stories to fit public taste. His work remained fiercely independent, intensely personal, and always deeply political in the quietest way. Like a Spartan, he held the line. Not to be loved, but to be true. What made le Carré's work so powerful was its consistency. From Tinker Tailor soldier spy to A Perfect Spy, he wove narratives of betrayal, loyalty, and sacrifice that reflected his own complex relationship with truth and power. His characters weren't heroes. They were tired, disciplined, broken men and women trying to hold on to a shred of purpose in a world built on lies. His central figure, George Smiley, became a literary icon not because he was glamorous, but because he was patient, morally resolute, and utterly committed to the mission. In other words, a warrior in a gray suit. Even as the Cold War ended and the world moved into the era of slick digital warfare and corporate espionage, le Carré never lost focus. His later novels took on big pharma, arms dealing, and the exploitation of post-colonial states. He remained relevant because he refused to compromise. The Spartan warrior does not put down his shield because the battle has changed. He adapts and fights on. That was le Carré, right to the end. What made his path truly Spartan was not the world he exposed, but how he chose to walk through it. He turned his back on the literary establishment, rejected a knighthood, and distanced himself from both the intelligence services and political ideologies that sought to claim him. He remained fiercely independent, critical of Western foreign policy, and unafraid to call out hypocrisy, whether in Moscow, Washington, or London. Le Carré passed away in December 2020, a master of his craft, still writing, still warning, still holding the line. His legacy is one of cold defiance, of choosing integrity over glory, depth over spectacle, and hard truths over comforting illusions. He was not a showman. He was not a soldier. But in the cold theater of geopolitics and human frailty, John le Carré fought every day for clarity, conscience, and truth. His stories endure, not because they entertain, but because they reveal. And revelation, in a world addicted to delusion, is the most dangerous act of all. Order the Spartan Mindset today and embark on your journey toward becoming the leader your world needs. Let your struggles forge you into a warrior of character and resolve. The Spartan Mindset provides a comprehensive and actionable guide to personal development and resilience. Available now for just $19.99. Purchase your copy from the links in the description box below and on this channel's homepage. Because your future begins with the right mindset. The Spartan Mindset.